So as you can see from this clip, I had the other style arches on, and now these are going to actually are going to show. So now what we have to do is, unfortunately, we're going to have to damage the paintwork, and we're going to have to take these out and weld them in, weld all the holes up, because unfortunately with these style arch, this group 6 arch, it appears to me that one has to be right under the repeater hole, and the arches are much, I got much more of a curve on them, the arches I had, the ones I've given to Alex. So that's the problem, it's not going to fit quite as well. So I think I'm going to end up with some holes there, which is a real shame, but there's not really much I can do about it. And obviously this is going to have to be cut down as well, where we put that lead in there. Not the lead, but I'm going to have to cut this hole back because it's much thicker here. So yeah, it looks like that's the position, and it should be in the centre, and then they're forced slightly inwards to make the arch perfect. Anyway, we'll give it a go and see what happens, and we'll go from there. So I'll put this down here so there's no damage. So I'll bring you back once I start looking at how we're going to put it in place. The reason I put this edging on the side was because these tyres are so thick that the water gets thrown up into the arch, and when you've got just a 90-degree bend and all the water sits on them, unless you're putting a rag in there on a regular basis, it's going to rust away, and this is why I've done this. This is lead, so obviously it's not going to rust. So leading on from the first video, what I've decided to do now, I've checked with Alex Hart, that's the DJSE, and what I did was I gave Alex the painted arches I had on this, which were the S-Pack arches, and I spoke to him last night on the phone, or on the WhatsApp, and asked him if I could get the arches back from him, and the arches I've got here, the new arches I've got, the group 6 arches, I'll send to Alex. So we're going to do a swap back and forth. The bottom line is for the amount of work I have to do to fill all these holes in all the way around, plus the painting, it's going to cost more than it's worth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell these 13x7s, and I'm going to buy brand new 12x6s, which will fit in the arch perfectly. There won't be any stick overhang, which is obviously won't go through the MOT like that, or the turf as it is here in Austria. And then I'll sell these ones on to try and recoup some of my money, because they've been beautifully done. They're beautifully lacquered with the aluminium and then the black, pearl black inside. And I'm going to go for the Revolutions one, or the Revolution type wheel, which is the kind of black crossbar with the aluminium. And I'll put it on now so you can see it. So you can see this is the one I'm going to go for, these Revolution 6x12s, and I'll go for the Yokohama's A539. So they're what, 165 by 60 by 12, I think that's this middle one. So I'll get a complete set of them made up in the UK and sent over. And Alex actually has these. Alex Toon has them on his 10-inch ones on his Blue Mini, and they look really nice. So and they're very similar to the black and the aluminium I've got now, so they should look really nice. So as you can see, I've put one halo in here, and the other one's got the original lighting. So what I'll do is, in the next video, I'll show this working and leave this standard one in, and you can see the difference in the light, the power of the light, and the fact that this is going to have an orange indicator ring on it, which is really quite smart. So I'll show you that in the next video. So obviously these are Mark III lights that go into here, but just to give you a demo, because I'm going to do it on the other two minis I have, the 74 and the 79 minis. I'm not going to do it to this car because it's more customised, and I quite like the large lights on them, but I do prefer the little lights on the Mini. They look nice, but with the 10-inch wheels, so it wouldn't look right. Obviously these are going to go with the standard lights, they're brand new anyway, but just to show you, this is basically the panel that goes in, and you can see there how that light would fit on. Obviously what you have to do then is cut this panel down enough so it's going to be absolutely flush. You can't obviously weld it on top like that. You have to get it so that it fits into this recess. So what I'll do is when I do the other cars, I'll show you that, how that's done. Pretty basic. Because if you try to weld that on top, what you're going to end up with is a lip and a lot of fill around unless you lead load it. So obviously the better way to do it is to have this so it's actually in line with the outer edge of the metal, and then weld it in, because the filler you'd have to put in would be quite small. But they do look nice. I like the Mark 1 lights. So I just thought I'd show you that. It's very basic how it's put on. So you can see in this clip I've got these are called Cleco clips. This is a brand new valance at the back here, which I had made. And basically the way this works is you've got this tool here, and then basically all you do is clamp them in. So if you want to take them out, you just basically put that on, they're sprung loaded, and you can see they come out that way. Or just a clip on them. Holds it a bit. They have to be very tight because I'll show you the way they work. Hang on, I'm trying to get this in the picture. So you can see there how this end is in, and as I push it forward, you can see it's pushed, and then this is allowed to be pushed in. So basically, and then I'll put it down there, maybe that'll work better. You can see how it works. So the hole has to be pretty tight to get it in. And then there's another style which I'll show you now. This is another style here, and basically it's just like a set of mole grips. Basically, you just you put it on, and then you can open it up. You can see there. And these are really strong, but great for putting two bits of metal together. They're extremely strong. You only get a couple of those in each kit, but you can buy them separately. So these are the Cleco clips, and these kind of come with it. They're like a Cleco clip, but with a jaw on it. And then obviously the last ones is that Keith was showing in kit, which is these are the intergrips. So basically what you've got there is the thickness of the cutter there, and then you take this out, pop this through, and then this is sitting in between the bar. The bar is sitting in between there, or the plate is sitting in between it here, and then you can pull it forward and get it nice and lined up. They are really great. These are intergrips. So intergrip, Cleco clip. Another little thing that I made up is, just to show you, is when you've got a big set of clamps like this and you're trying to reach into something, normally what happens is you can't always get the jaws tight for whatever reason. So what I did was I made these up, which is just basically box with a head on it, and you can see I put 3 countersunk holes in it. The idea is that these will sit on here and not come off, and the idea is you can put this against whatever metal it is you're doing to give you that gap if you can't reach over the top. So what I've done in fact is actually made, I'll show you, I made 3 different sizes. So you can see there, they go from, I'll put them in order so you can see them. So you can see them there, there's 3 different sizes. So it's just a way of actually holding or gripping something, but you really need these, and if you put a flat plate on it, it'll just slide off, or it's so heavily sprung it'll come off. So it needs something to grip on. So there you go. So that's Keith Miller asked me to show these Cleco clips and some of the other stuff. But this is just some ideas that you can use to make things a little bit easier for yourself. So there you go. So just to finish up with, I'm going to change the position. This is actually a mini bar. It's half of a Mini Cooper, and we've got a new body shell. And I'm going to move it from here over to this wall on the back here. Because when I was at the YouTubers meet, I was talking to Sean Coyle, and Sean C, as his site is, and I mentioned to him I wanted to put something around it that gives it a kind of 3D effect, something like metal that looks like it's been smashed open, like the Mini's reversed through it. And he came up with a great idea. He said, why don't you build a plywood ring around it, so it looks like it's in the Italian job where they're going through the sewer pipes, and I can make it 3D. Because it's plywood, it'll bend easily. So I can make a former to go over here, but it won't sit on this wall, it's too close to the edge. So I'm going to build it on that wall, and I'll make it look like, when I've done the plywood ring, like a sewer ring, I'll paint it grey, so it looks like it's concrete and it's coming out the wall, and it'll give it that 3D effect. Because I need it to come to about here for this problem here, for the hinging, and I'll show you what I mean by that. If I open it now, okay, you can see that I need something to go in there, and then I'll bring you around the other side and show you the fridge side of it, but that's basically how it works. There's just casters on it, and I'll show you the inside. So you can see here, obviously needs something 3D. So this ring will work out perfect. As I say, I can just open it there. And as you open it, you can see there's the fridge inside. So when you want to get your beers out, you got your fridge there. And then obviously some other drinks, bits and pieces, whatever. And that's how it works. So when the boys come over, we can have our drinks from the mini bar.